All aboard. Hello, friends. It's that time again. Welcome to Volunteer Channel TV. I want to thank those who subscribe to my channel. I say welcome, 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 and thank you, and may God continue to bless you in everything that you do in life. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, please click that red subscribe button so that anytime I drop a video, it will come to you. I want to call upon my prayer warriors. I know you are still there. You praying. We're all praying. Pray for Mazim Nnamdi Kanu. Continue. And I'm calling all Biafrans to continue praying for him. We need actions too. The actions that we need to bring people together to go to Abuja. If you're able to, you need to show your presence in Abuja when Mazim Nnamdi Kanu is going to court. Please continue to pray for that man, for his unconditional release. Continue to pray for the lawyers, because those lawyers, they have the key to getting Mazim Nnamdi Kanu out. And the Nigerian government know they don't have nothing against Mazim Nnamdi Kanu. And we have the best of the lawyers, Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Aloy Ejimako. We have and so many others behind them. But these are the lead counsels. They have other lawyers behind them. And you know, Biafra, you know, when we want something, we pick the best. We pick the best. Anyways, continue to pray for them so that God will guide them, give them the strength to do what they know how to do best. Last weekend, I wasn't here. I didn't broadcast last weekend because I was busy celebrating my hero, that is Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. I was busy celebrating him. His memorial service was last weekend in Owerri, 10 years since he passed. So they had a memorial service for him. I watched the whole thing. There was a lot of speakers. There were a lot of speakers in the event. His wife spoke. And you know, the agitators came in too in the last, you know, they came in and displayed Biafran flag and did their thing, you know. I didn't get that picture, but this picture here and the event I'm going to show you is who we celebrated last weekend. And I'm so glad that I was able to join in to celebrate him. I was so glad for that.
The veterans never tata. When I see you, Jidenu Kuoneji. Open Choli Puta Basatalo. Ife Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu onye Njimaki awe nọ n'ebe a taa. Ife ọ na-ekwu ka anyị nwabụ ndị Igbo wee na-eme ka anyị nwee ọganihu, anyị ga-enwe ịfụnanya. Ọ ịfụnanya a ka m chọrọ ikwu maka ya taa. Anyị nọ na Nigeria, in a country where we are not given equal rights as citizens. Ndị nke aga m asụ ya n'oyibo ka ọ dị izi maka ndị journalist n'ebe a ga-aghọta ife anyị na-ekwu. A na-ekwu na obodo adịrọ mma na anyị chọrọ inwere onwe anyị. Yes, I want to put it on record, as we all know, that the clamor for secession, which has reached fever pitch in the country we live in today, is a direct consequence of the inequities of the Nigerian state as presently constituted. It is we, the Igbo, that continue to feel the pains of marginalization and exclusion on a daily basis. And for as long as this is not addressed, and insofar as the federal government continues to exclude us, the Southeast, from certain political positions, today, Owenonyi Igbo, none of the vital security infrastructure of this nation. Today, we are excluded from certain critical developmental projects. Ndi Igbo, Southeast, Adiro included in the National Railway Plan. Our zone continues to suffer the ravages of the deteriorating conditions of the existing federal infrastructure, most especially our roads. We have feelings of collective marginalization, and these feelings can only be reinforced and will continue to sustain the agitations for our own state, for our return to Biafra, to our homeland. I was particularly happy when Okenwa called me some weeks ago, where one says, Iyom, Okwifuna, na nwanne anyị nwoke, Nnamdi Kanu, na ahapụ ya ebe a ọ nọ, echefuo ya, ọ bụkwa anyị nwabụ ndị Igbo ka ihere ga-eme. Ajụọ si owezikwa ndị nụ ya, mmadụ anọzikwa onwekwa ndị ga-ajụ ese nwa ha nwoke. Isi oke nwa, you are magnanimous, you are very, very generous. Your heart is large. I am happy to hear this. I am happy to hear this. Esokwanụ m ebe a na-ekwunyere na-agbado ụkwụ ebe ọ nọ, na-ayọ onye isi obodo anyị taa bụ President Buhari, na-echetala ya maka ndị ga-afụ ya. Ya hapụ nwaanyị nwoke Nnamdi Kanu. Anyị ayọkwa n'ihe a, o nwere ndị Igbo ana m ekele our Igbo leaders gara aga fụ ya. Wee yọkwa n'ofu ihe a, hapụrụ na anyị nwaanyị.
Okay, now this Biafra, may his soul continue to rest in peace. And we will live to achieve this Biafra that we are looking for. And mind you, friends, there are people working seriously on the ground for this restoration of Biafra. There are people seriously working on the ground. Continue to pray for them too. You will never see them on social media. They will never come out here and tell you what they're doing. But we know they're there. They are there. Pray for them too. They will never come on social media. What we are doing on social media, we're just creating an awareness. Every one of us that's on social media, we're creating awareness. And that awareness we are creating, it solidifies what those people are doing on the ground. They are watching. That whatever we're doing out here on social media to create awareness to the world of what is going on, I mean, those guys that are working on the ground, it boosts their morale that we are here. This attack that's going on between us, between the e-warriors, that's normal. That's normal. Even one that in the after a while it's going to die down. We're all going to come down, and that's what's different about us. We may make all this noise, attack one another, and all that. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not faulting anybody. Yes, attack one another, but don't lose focus. Just remember that we are looking for Biafra. We are looking to restore Biafra. That's what we're doing on social media. We're creating awareness. And there are people that's working on the ground. What we're doing on social media is not going to get us Biafra. It's those people that are on the ground that are doing their thing. That's what is going to get us Biafra. That's what is going to get us Biafra. But we continue praying for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu too. Because his release, unconditional release, is going to give us Biafra. That referendum, the referendum that we are looking for, the referendum. We need that referendum to prove a point. We need that referendum. We've already got the referendum already, for Monday sit at home. That's fine. But we need it on paper. We need to vote. We need to vote. We need to vote whether we want to belong to Nigeria, still in Nigeria, or we want our own country, Biafra. And that's what we're struggling for. So it's okay. I watch all the e-warriors. I watch all the attacks. I watch everything that's going on. I don't see anything about it. Nothing, nada. So it's normal. It is normal. Keep on attacking one another, but make sure after attacking one another, come together and make up and know your last bus stop where we headed to is Biafra. But keep agitating, keep bringing up all these incessant killings, that abnormal things that is happening in Biafra land. All these terrorists in uniform, army uniform, police uniform, that are killing our people, keep exposing them. That's good. After you attack your brother or whatever, your sister, come back and do your thing. Show us what you got. Expose these Fulanis, expose these terrorists. That's what we need. I'm going to show you this clip right here. I know everybody has seen it. Everybody has seen it. But that's normal too. We're going to keep showing it, keep reiterating the things that we say, the things that we do, keep putting it out there, even though you've seen it before, because when you see it and you forget it and you don't remember it, you forget about it, then you lose focus. But we need this to keep reminding us the reason why we don't need to be in Nigeria. There's no justice, there's no equity, there's no fairness. Now, this clip is going to show you, which I believe some people, majority of the people have seen it. This is 19 people that was put in prison for 14 and a half, 15 years. They lost their livelihood. They lost everything. 15 years. Then after 15 years, what they do? Because of the lawyers started acting on it, because nobody knew about them. Nobody knew about these folks until somebody made mention, because they were kept incommunicado. Nobody visits them, no, nothing. Until it leaked out that there were these people that has been in prison for 15 years, 14 going on 15 years. Then the lawyers went in and started digging. And they found out. And I praise those lawyers. I don't know their names, but I praise them for what they did. They did a great job for having those folks, those 19 people released from prison in Nigeria. And those guys are Igbos. They're Biafrans. They are Biafrans. And they just released them to go, no compensation. And I guarantee you they're not going to get compensated for 15 years. Even the guy was talking about they adopted him from his shop. He left his shop open where he was trading. He left it and they took him from there. After 15 years, do you think that shop is still going to be there? And upon all the goods that he has in his shop, you think they're going to be there? You know, these guys needs to be compensated. You know, now I'm appealing to the lawyers that got them out. Please do whatever you can to file a case against the government so that these people will be compensated. That's fairness. For 15 years, somebody that just lost 15 years of their life for nothing. That's absurd. Now, when you look at this, that's the reason why we're agitating that we want to leave Nigeria, because everything, you know, in all the security apparatus, there's no Biafran. Nothing. I mean, you know, when people go to school, come out, no jobs. And once you are from Biafra, you will not get a job. I don't care the high level of education you got. You're not going to be employed. And since 1960 up to today, you know and I know, there's no infrastructure in Nigeria. There's no lights, there's no roads, there's no water. All the roads are messed up. And these roads were when the colonial masters were in Nigeria, that's when most of these roads were built. And some of them are still working, and check before 1960. These roads, some of these roads were built. No maintenance, no nothing. Up until now, they didn't maintain the roads, nothing. And one thing I got to tell you guys, well, let me move on until I finish this clip. Just watch the clip.
The 19 accused persons shed tears of joy as the court acquitted them of treason and terrorism charges and ordered their release after 15 years in detention.
The judgment favored me. I give God all the glory for what He has done in my life today. Over 15 years being in prison is not easy, but today I'm liberated and free.
The trial judge, Justice Nicholas Owebo, says the prosecutors failed to establish proof for treason and terrorism charges against the 19 accused persons.
The judge delivered a well-considered judgment, exhaustively evaluated the facts, and came to the conclusion that there was no iota, there was no scintilla, there was no modicum of evidence adduced by the prosecution against the defendants. And what is worrisome is that it took more than 14 years to come to this conclusion, and that brings to fore one of the defects in our criminal justice administration. This is a case in which people wasted their youthful years. This is a case in which the state subjected this gentleman to trial for levying war against the federation. And at the end of the day, they could neither produce arms, they could neither produce ammunition, they couldn't even tender the so-called uniform.
The movement of the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra is a secessionist group in Nigeria associated with Igbo nationalism, which supports the creation of an independent state of Biafra from Nigeria.
Such campaigns are forbidden in Nigeria. Some of the accused persons say they were arrested in 2007 without any evidence of treason and terrorism.
I feel to break down heaven, to go and meet God, to glorify Him. I'm so grateful that God have done it for me. Actually, I was been suffering for what I did not know anything about.
I'm a businessman. In my shop, I have two stores, which I left unlocked. I went away in the morning. They picked me up and took me to the police station. I told my neighbors that I'm coming back in next to 1 hour. This is next to 1 hour. 15 years, I left my shop unlocked. I don't know anything. Today, I regained my freedom. To God be the glory. None of us died. Oh, I give God the glory.
Jemima Boloko, Arise.
Okay, you've seen this clip. I'm going to show you 3 more clips. This one happened in Lagos about the Biafrans' properties being demolished, being destroyed. It's their fault, though. The people that built there, that invested over there, it's their fault. Yes, I agree, but they could have found another solution to that than destroying people's property. But those people that own that property, I blame you guys, because that area was already mapped out for industrial area, a commercial area. You guys went and bought land over there. I don't even know who were the landowners that you went and paid to buy the land to build in a commercial industrial area, a residential area, make it a residential area. So they destroyed your property because you didn't do your homework before you dumped your investment, your life savings into an area that is not meant to be built for a residential area. Because see what happened. One man went over there, bought land and built a building, a house. Then somebody else said, oh, if you can build there, I can build there too. And so on and so on and so forth. And before you know it, the whole commercial area is turned into a residential area. So they came and knocked it down. So this is going to teach you guys a lesson so that next time you want to invest, because this is a lifetime investment we're talking about here. Millions of naira, millions, some running to billions of naira. That's what you just spent and got destroyed. But this will teach you a lesson. Next time you want to invest your money, nobody is telling you bring your investment back home. You bring it back home, fine. If you don't want to bring it back home, that's fine too. But check where you build. Check where you dump your money. Because this is your money that you dumped there that you couldn't help your brother. That money that you just dumped there is in vain. You just lost it. If you had used that money, those millions of dollars, to help your cousin, uncle, whatever, back home, you would have been better. You would have been receiving praise on praise on praise up till today. But now, you're not. I'm going to give you a numbers. I'm going to run numbers on you. Numbers about Biafra. See, a lot of you think the elders are not partaking in the struggle. Excuse me, just few of them are. But remember, these numbers I'm going to give you is that these people who are the elders right now, they were young men in their 20s, in their early 30s, in their 30s, maybe early 40s during the war. Actually, they were the ones that fought Biafra War. But the difference is, when they were young, like Ojukwu, Gowon, all these people that Buhari and all the rest of them, they were young. They were in their 20s during Biafra. They were in their 20s. But I'm going to take our side, the Biafra side. See, these guys that are in the helm of affairs right now in Biafra land, you call the seniors, the elders, they were in their 20s, 30s during the war. And their father, who were the elders at the time, they all supported, every one of them supported Ojukwu. 100%. 100, just maybe a few, I would say 98%. Okay, the other 2% is just few numbers that maybe here and there, and some people that was sent to London and America to buy what you call it, ammunition. They just went over there and stayed there with Ojukwu's money and never bought nothing. But I can assure you that 98% of those elders, though they didn't fight the war, but they gave the Ojukwu the backing. They gave the Ojukwu the backing that he needed to fight that war. That war, that is the reason that war lasted for 3 years, almost 3 years. And you remember what Gowon said, they were going to run over Biafra in 48 hours. 48 hours turned into almost 3 years. But the thing there is that the elders then, back to Ojukwu, 98%, you know, and that's what the elders now, who were young at the time in their 30s, 20s, 30s, how old was Ojukwu during the war? Probably he was like 28, 29. You know, so what these people are doing right now, because they fought the war, they are afraid, they are scared that, you know, the Fulanis are going to deal with them. They're going to kill them all. That's why some of them are supporting, but you can never see them. They never showcase. They're supporting, yeah. But the thing that I'm trying to tell you, if you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, this is your fight. This Biafra agitation is your fight. You need to make for sure that you put your best if you want Biafra. If you want Biafra, because say for instance you get Biafra this year or next year or 5 years down the line, you know, you got another 30, 40 years to build up that Biafra the way you want it. Guess what? These elders that you see right now, they will all be gone. They will all be gone. Just like their fathers are gone, all gone now. Maybe you might see one or two, and some of them that one or two you can see in their maybe 100, 102 years old. And they probably, some of them don't even walk or talk or whatever, you know. So you look at it, the people that were 50 years old, 1970, the war ended. Tell me where they are today. The people that were 50, 60, 70 years old when the war ended, do you think they're still around? They're not around. So you're looking at it like you are in your 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, this is your fight. Because in the next 30 years, 40 years, these people that you see now that in their 50s, 60s, 70s, they're not going to be here. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're in this group between 17 to maybe 45, this is your fight. You got to make us proud. So if these elders, every time you're talking about the Igbo social cultural group, which is Ohaneze, forget about those people. Forget about them. If they don't want to join, fine. All these old politicians, give them another 20, 30 years, they are all gone. So if you're 20, 25, 30, and you doing this fight to get Biafra, you are the ones going to build Biafra. You are the ones going to enjoy Biafra with your children. So I'm trying to encourage you. If you're youth, if you are in ESN, I'm supporting you 100%. I'm supporting you 100%. See, I did the same thing back in the day, back during Nigerian Biafran War. I did the same thing. I volunteered my service for Juku. That's why I call him my hero today. I volunteered. So I'm encouraging you. What you're doing the right thing. Though we lost the war, yeah, but because of the economic blockade. If it wasn't for that economic blockade, I keep saying it, Biafra would have been here. But this is a time for you as a young man, this is a time to do your agitation the right way and focus on getting this Biafra. Because we need Biafra for our unborn children, for children's children, grandchildren's and great-grandchildren. We need it. So don't slack behind. Don't slack behind. You're doing the right thing. And I'm praying for you, ESN. And you over there at DOS, please just continue doing what you're doing. Give us the direction to go. Give us a new strategy, plan things that we can do, plan things that these young folks can do to gain this Biafra. So I'm going to go to my next topic. My next topic, which is COVID. Again, COVID. There's this new variant that's come out. It's called Omicron. And this stuff is bad. I remember a couple of months ago I said something on my broadcast that the only way we can tell if this COVID is going away or going to get stronger is November, December. That will tell. But this new variance that has just come out has put some countries in a bind. It has put some countries in a bind. I'm going to put these two clips for you to listen to before I come back and conclude on that.
Good evening. We begin with breaking news. The province has confirmed 2 cases of the COVID-19 Omicron variant in Ontario. The cases are the first in Canada.
Both cases were reported in Ottawa in people who had recently traveled from Nigeria. Ottawa Public Health says both patients are in isolation and it is conducting case and contact management.
The federal government had already taken measures to limit the potential spread of the virus, but health experts say it was only a matter of time until it reached Canada, as the variant continues to spread around the globe. While flights from 7 countries in southern Africa are banned from entering Pearson International Airport, Canada has now confirmed the COVID-19 Omicron variant has already entered the country. In a statement, the province says, today, the province of Ontario has confirmed 2 cases of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 in Ottawa, both of which were reported in individuals with recent travel from Nigeria. Ottawa Public Health is conducting case and contact management, and the patients are in isolation.
We'll see to what extent. Well, I'm pleased to say that joining me now live from Abuja is a co-chair of the African Union's Vaccine Delivery Alliance, Dr. Ayowade Alakija. Dr. Alakija, thank you for your time. Do you feel that this was inevitable in some way?
Thank you, Philippa. It was absolutely inevitable. And may I say firstly that had the first SARS-CoV virus, the one that was first identified in China last year, originated in Africa, it is now clear that the world would have locked us away and thrown away the key. There would have been no urgency to develop vaccines because it would have been expendable. Africa would have become known as the continent of COVID. What is going on right now is inevitable. It's as a result of the world's failure to vaccinate in an equitable, urgent, and speedy manner. It is as a result of hoarding by high-income countries of the world. And quite frankly, it is unacceptable. These travel bans are based in politics and not in science. It is wrong.
I hear your anger about the immediate reaction and about the lack of action beforehand.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's just hope this is a dress rehearsal that we're seeing right now with the Omicron variant and not the main event. The science, we don't know yet. What we can say about COVID, what we can say about this current variant is the best thing that we know is that we don't know. So this is hopefully a dress rehearsal. But because until everyone is vaccinated, no one is safe. But what exactly is the global playbook on this? What are we planning to do? Are we just planning to act politically, knee-jerk reaction, so that we can satisfy those people within our countries that we're keeping those, those unvaccinated Africans out? Why are the Africans unvaccinated? It's an outrage because we knew we were going to get here. We knew this is where the hoarding, the lack of IP waivers, the lack of cooperation on sharing tech and sharing know-how. We knew this is a crossroads that it was going to bring us to. It was going to bring us to a variant. It was going to bring us to more dangerous variants. Why are we acting surprised? Why are we locking away Africa when this virus is already on 3 continents? Nobody's locking away Belgium. Nobody's locking away Israel. Why are we locking away Africa? It is wrong. And it is also time that our African leaders stand up and they find their voice. African leadership need to sit up in this moment. Our presidents need to wake up in this moment and realize that this is not business as usual. Their continent is at stake. Our lives are at stake. And we cannot allow the world to do this to us.
You compared the situation now to the situation when the virus came out of Wuhan, came out of China. And if there'd been an instant lockdown and a travel lockdown, we'd be talking about a different pandemic. So the instant reaction is surely something has to be done in the very short term to try to stop the spread of the virus, this variant.
Absolutely, Philippa, but something needs to be done to everywhere. Let there be, my recommendation is have a coordinated global shutdown of travel for the next month if you want, but don't single out Africa. Don't single out South Africa. Botswana actually is where the virus was first identified. But do you know what was going on with Botswana a few months ago? The Botswanan government ordered 500,000 Moderna vaccines at $29 per dose, much higher than the rest of the world paid. They did not get those vaccines because other people jumped ahead in the queue. Moderna supplied to other countries and did not supply to Botswana. And so now we have a variant. Do we know where this variant originated? No, we don't even know that yet. It could possibly be that the excellent science in South Africa has shown it up, but it could very well have come from anywhere else. This is discriminatory, it is xenophobia, and it is wrong. Let us follow the science. Let us not follow politics. Let us share the know-how. Let us allow African countries and others to produce their own vaccines so that we do not get to an Omega variant, which we cannot absolutely control.
Dr. Alakija, we have to leave it there. Really important to hear your voice and what you're saying. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip.
Okay, now you've seen that. It's even worse. Now, let me say this. You guys in Nigeria, you think there's no COVID there. You watch those 2 clips that I just played. And that clip is telling you there that this Omicron virus came into Canada was people from Nigeria that carried it. And they are quarantined. Even that, they just got 5 people from Nigeria quarantined in California. So it's going to lockdown is going to start happening sooner or later. Let me tell you, I just got an email telling me that Germany is imposing restrictions for those unvaccinated against COVID-19. This is what they wrote. Only people who are vaccinated against COVID-19 or have recovered will be allowed to go to restaurants, pubs, cinemas, gyms, cultural events, and non-essential shops. Now, what this means is that, okay, here in US, when you are vaccinated, you are given a card. When you take your first vaccine, they stamp it, put a date on it. Second vaccine, they stamp it, put a date on it. And the booster, they got the booster now. So you go, you vaccinated, they stamp your card and put a date on it. So what is going to happen is that this card, you're going to carry it around. Sooner or later, what they're going to do is they're going to impose restrictions where you go and you don't have that card showing you've been vaccinated. They will turn you around from the gate. I mean, it's getting down right to business now. And they're going to impose it. If they start doing this, what that entails is that when you go to work and you're not vaccinated, you're going to get fired. You're going to lose your job. So it's getting serious. Please, folks, if you're in Nigeria, I know they give vaccines in Nigeria. Go get your vaccine done. I know a lot of people don't want to be vaccinated. That's fine. That's you. But it's going to come down to a time where you will not be allowed into any social activities, or maybe coming into just like they say it here in Germany, they are trying to restrict people from going to restaurants, pubs, cinemas, gyms, cultural events. So if there's any cultural event, before you go in, you got to show your card that you've been vaccinated. In all of that, continue to wear your mask. Especially you in Biafra land, you think there's no COVID there, continue to wear your mask. It doesn't matter. Continue. Wear your mask. Wash your hands regularly. People may look at you as stupid. You got on mask. That's fine. Let them call you all. You're just protecting yourself. That's what you're doing. Now, if you want to see Biafra, you got to do these things. You got to cover, you got to use the face covering, face mask. This has gone beyond the home remedy that I was telling you about. I was giving you instructions to do, the inhaling of the steam and all. It's gone beyond that. You can do all of that and you can be fine, but you still need that card. You still need that vaccination card, where if they vaccinate, if you get the vaccination, they're going to stamp it and put the date on it and time. This is what is going to happen in the near future. So I just want to let you know. I just want to get you aware of that. Okay? So I got this from Twitter. The government that I'm following, they just send it to me. So anyways, that's just that. I'm going to go to my next topic. I'm not going to be too long, but men, it's the same topic. I say it every time I'm on my broadcast. I can't afford not to, because I'm a man. Okay? I'm a man. My father, my grandfather, and all the men that I know in my life when I was growing up didn't tell me about prostate. Nobody told me anything about prostate. You know, back in the day, when people have this disease, and it's a hush-hush thing, and people are dying. But these days, it's not a hush-hush thing. If you're male, if you're a man, you have what they call prostate. You can't get around it. There's no way getting around that. You cannot get around it, no matter what you do. If you're a man, yes, it's going to happen. One day you go out there to pee, you can't pee. You'll be struggling to pee. But it just don't come all of a sudden. It will take its time, just start creeping up. When you start creeping up and you're not regular like you used to, that is the time to go see a doctor. There are medications out there. They can prescribe those medications for you that you can take. And once you start taking those medications, let me remind you, it's for life. It is for life. Until you can have surgery done. They have minor surgeries, about 40 different types of minor surgeries that you can do to help you shrink that prostate. Because sometimes it could be enlarged, the prostate could be enlarged, and once it's enlarged, sometimes it could be cancerous or it could be benign. And your prayers will be that when it's enlarged, let it be benign. That's your prayers. Then if you want to take medication, there are medications out there that you can take to shrink it. Or you can go on for a surgery, which don't last but a 5-minute surgery. They go in there and they slice that prostate down to the right size. Or they use hot balloon to get it down where you is supposed to be. And once they do that, once you go into surgery, and they can guarantee you another 20 years. So let's say, for instance, you're 60 years old. You go in and have that surgery done, you're looking at another 20, looking at about 80, 85, whatever, you'll be good. Then when it comes back, when you are 80, you can just take the medication and just live your life out, But you're going to have it, whether you like it or not. So I'm just bringing the awareness so that all men will know. I know a lot of men don't know. It causes erectile dysfunction. You're not strong enough, but you go do this surgery or you take medications, then you'll be fine. But please spread this around, spread this news around. It's not a hush-hush thing. Every man needs to know that they have prostate. But some of those medications, there are a lot of them out there. Some of those medications can cause you to erectile dysfunction. So ask your doctor. Your doctor will be able to let you know which one will hinder your erection even furthermore. Because you're already down and you start taking those medications, you're going to be just flat out, So anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it till I come to you next week, and we're going to talk about the same thing, the progress Nigeria is making, or the progress we are making in the agitation, and the progress of the people that are working on the ground. And furthermore, it's a good news. The Judge Binta Nyako gave an order to improve Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's condition. Change of clothes, health care, be able to see his doctors. He will no longer be under solitary confinement. He will interact with other inmates there, and have visitors, anybody that like to visit him, give him more comfortable environment. So he's going to be moved from his solitary confinement jail area to a better, maybe more comfortable with mattress and pillow and all that, and maybe a bigger room. Before, he used to come out to see the sunshine 1 hour in a day, but now he'll be able to go to recreation outside and all that, So it's an improvement. It's a welcome improvement. We like that. So we're looking forward to the 18th. And if you can make it to Abuja on the 18th of January, start now to prepare yourself. Start now to prepare yourself to go to Abuja. Just show up and, just be there. Not that you're going into court or whatever. Just show up. That's all we want you to do. Just show up. We want as many as about 100,000 people. If we can get 100,000 people, just show up. Just to show solidarity. Please, we beg of you. Okay, my friends. I'll talk to you all next weekend. And please take care of yourself. Have a good weekend and a wonderful weekend, blessed weekend. We'll be praying for you. And please do pray for us too. And we'll talk to you next weekend. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.